Hello and welcome to some more Train Simulator 2020 content, where today we're going to be taking an Intercity 225 set all the way from Peterborough to York running non-stop. Scenario I've done previously. Only got a tick for it, and I'll explain why during the course of the video. But if you would like to help support the channel, you can do by donating to the PayPal link found down below. Any and all funds go immediately from there back into the channel to help better the content, not only from this, but for other projects I have in the pipeline. Additionally, if you have any route recommendations or trains you would like to see me drive, then please do let me know and I'll see what I can do for you. I've got my coffee at the ready, so things can only go well. Okay. Ba-doop, ba-doop. I'll do that. Right. Up in here. Do that. Okay, so don't have to worry about that. Stereo lights. That should be fine. Go to the back, we're fine and dandy. Okay, good. Headlights are on. That is off. Just release that, make sure everything else is all tickety-boo. Sit in there. I think we're fine. Okay, so we have 91018 as our lead, and I'll work out who the DVT is once we stop at York in 112 miles. That's all fine and dandy. Cab lights, not too fussed. Instrument lights, yeah, we'll put instrument lights onto bright. Like that, don't have to worry about that. Cab lights on, should we have cab lights on? Yeah, why not? Right, and then, there we go, lovely. So go to the back, jolly good. Okay, I've got my maximum speed set. And we'll just slowly start climbing up the speed. Don't think there's anything that was behind us. Nope. A little bit of the old wobble going off. Let's take that to 100 just so we can start ramping up the speed. There's 66,060. Of course, normally you get GBR for out there. There's 158,742 with the regional railway service. Well, it's regional express, but it comes under the regional railways category for that time of the year. This run is quite a nice, easy one. Several speed changes we have to adhere to during the course of the journey, and we get passed by a multitude of different trains. So on to why I only got a tick for this previously. Even though you have the max speed set to 125, it's actually 126 bizarrely. So that says 125. You can do on there 125. It will then bizarrely, once I checked it out, assume that you're doing 126. So what I do is, once I get up to near enough to decent enough speed, I bring that down to about 85%, which then has me running 124 miles an hour. So really, with this particular train, I don't know if it happens on all of the routes that you do with this type of train, but certainly for this one, if you run 124 miles an hour, then you'll be fine. If you run 125, at some stage you will be done for speeding. It's a bit of an odd one, but there we go. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be passing a HST. Then we've got a freight train over to our left. That's 66,210. Very nice. Another 47 passing us here. One of the Rail Express Systems 47s, so that I'd traditionally used for hauling the mail, as we have another Intercity 225 set about to pass us. About 84% should do. We'll be making this time up the further along we go. But the first station we will pass through will be Grantham. After this scenario, I'll be taking a Scotrail Class 68 on one of the 5 circle runs. And then after that, we're going to be doing several scenarios on the West Coast Mainline northern section, and then we're going to be focusing on this route, the Peterborough to York route. That'll be Tallington we've just passed. A buffet counter service of hot and cold refreshments is available on the train. Oh, thank you. Right, so that should now stay at 124 for the most part. Certainly did when I last did this, so should be good. Who have we got here? We have another HST. I'll work out who the DVT is once we get to York. Oh, hello. Oh, looks like we're I have to bring that down a bit. In fact, this might be handy for you guys. You can actually see I'm now doing 125, and this is where I got confused. So it stays at 125, and then at some stage you ultimately get done for speeding, but that does not change, which I find interesting. Now, admittedly, I did have my throttle my regulator set to 100%, but as if we go down here, as you can see, that's set to 125, which is the max operating speed anyway. So it's be interesting to see how that one plays out, but we'll see. Ah, there we are. In fact, she's just dropped, in fact, so looks like we're all fine and dandy, as we have another Intercity 225 about to pass us. I love it. I'm not too fussed about trying to get screenshots because obviously in my own time I've taken screenshots on my journey from this route, so this time we just get to enjoy the journey. What I'll probably do is several of the stations that we pass through, I'll nip out the cab and we'll get some tracking shots as we pass through the stations. So we've got a 66 coming down, but it's a trio of 66s. If I stay this side of the cab, it gives us a better idea of what's coming towards us, where if I were to sit on this side, I don't know, I prefer being here. I know that in these trains you can't just open the window and lean out as you're doing 124 miles an hour. Well, the driver can't anyway. Mind you can't do it in the Mark IVs, but there we are. I've never been one for window hanging. I'll do it on a heritage railway, certainly, but when the slam door Mark IIIs were running around, I was more content with just sitting down and enjoying myself in comfort, to be fair, as we have another 225 set passing us. I'll nip into the cab every now and again just for a change of scenery, but for the most part, we'll just be sat here. I'll put the regulator to 100 just because we're climbing. Once we hit 125, I'll drop it down to about 85%. But we have a speed change coming up anyway. Let's quickly zoom in. Just get the train to force itself to slow down. Once it hits 115, the amps will start rising, the train will start kicking up a bit more of a fuss, and we'll be well away. So we're a couple of miles away from Grantham. The HST. I'm actually certain the speed limit changes to about 100 as we hit Grantham. You can see our ETA is slowly coming down, and we will get into York near enough bang on time. We go here for a bit, just look at the scenery that we're passing, the rolling fields of the English countryside. There are another 66 coming down with a intermodal train. There's the 100 limit. Zoom in. Drop that. So what I'm going to do, I'm now going to zip up the line as quick as possible, sit at Grantham, get a decent enough position. Let's go here. Excellent. We have another 225 step coming in. This will be stopping at, actually no it won't, it's actually flying straight through. Flying straight through Grantham. Hop back in the cab briefly and increase our speed to 115. Okay, back in we go. Lovely. Right. Hop back out. We have just over 80 miles to go before we get to York. So Newark Northgate will be the next station that we pass through, then followed by Retford. Another 47 coming down. Short rake of petroleum. Right, start increasing to 125 once more. Table all to myself. Another 66 coming down. There we go. I'm now being done for speeding. You can see there, about 125, which was it confused me initially, so I really didn't know what was going on. But there we are. You've seen it for yourself now. Another HST coming down. We'll see what the speed does as we progress on our journey. I think I may have had set between 85 and 80 depending on where I was, but I think for the most part I was doing this journey at 124 miles an hour and it was working perfectly fine. 100 coming up. I'm sorry, I haven't pressed anything. Nope, excellent. Yep. .225 set here at Newark Northgate. Wait for it. Excellent. I think I have to make just have a conversation with the brakes there. I'm just going to run up to the junction, have a HST passing us as we come crashing over. Excellent. Right, so back to 125. Huzzah. So Retford will be next. And we've still got 10 minutes to make up, which we will do during the course of our journey. Another 66 coming down. So we've got something else coming down as well. It's a very busy line today. Another 158. 158, 863. I'll just drop the regulator down a bit. Another 225 set about to come down. I'll just up that to about 84. We might just increase the speed just that little bit more. .47 on a real decent length intermodal train. 115 limit coming up. Should slow down sufficiently. If not, I can just have a little conversation with the brakes, and I'm sure we can come to some sort of mutually beneficial agreement. I have all the faith in the world in the cruise control system just saying to the train, do you know what, I think we should just come down just in time. And it's going to go, do you know what, I think I'm agreeing with you, I'm in agreement. We'll play ball here, we'll play ball. And there we are. They've played ball. A steady 114 miles an hour, so we're safely underneath the limit. So we are golden. We are at the races, as they say. Now doing 115, so we're bob on the money. Interesting, as 115 around this corner. That's basically what it's for. It's 115 for the corner. 225 set. I love the sound of the 91s as they pass. I just love that sound. A nice elongated one for anybody standing there at the time. Marvellous. Now we're about to blast through Retford. It's such a bizarre station layout. I don't actually like it. I really don't. I do not like Retford one piece. So we'll be flying through everybody's favourite station next. Not too long to go before we get there. We've got 48 miles before we hit York. So, plenty of time. So we've got another HST. Couple of lakes. Another 158 coming down. At 158, 730. Limit coming up, so we'll just acknowledge this whistle. Bit of multitasking there, I couldn't even say the word. Are the 225s about to pass us? I could never tire of that sound. Right, hop back in the cab. Wait to get authorization to do so. There we go. Right. Open that back up. Nice little climb up a hill here. Tractor in a field. So we have a HST. That's seen better days. Okay, that was our speeding warning for reasons unbeknown to me. There we are. Okay, we're coming up there. Blimey. We're coming up on the approach to Doncaster. Plenty to be seen going on here. 66, 66, plenty of HTAs. Had to intervene there, but wasn't too bad. Another 66 coming out with a loaded coal train. And then we're just going to assume our position. HST. 47. 158. Bosh. Here we go. Lovely. Oh, 47. Okay, so seeing as we're coming up to 112 at some point, I'm just going to do that. And just that's 100 so we can try and get up to max speed as quickly as possible. So we have just over 30 miles to go before we hit York. Limit coming up in just over a mile and a half. This time I shouldn't need to intervene. The train should just slow down itself. And he'll be opened anyway when the regional railway's 158. Oops. Oh, I've nickered that one up. Oh. Booey. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, I've got an itchy eye. This is unacceptable. Urgh, go away. Ugh, there we go. Sorted. Don't quite know why it's 100 through here, but there we go. Certainly isn't this bend. I mean, that bend there isn't exactly going to cause you too much in the way of a problem. Oh well. What you going to do, eh? Marvellous. And back out here again. I love this view. I prefer this view because I like seeing what's coming down this way right next to me. Plus I can have a little cheeky and go, what's going on? How are my carriages doing? Have we got a bit of a wobble going off? Yeah, there's a fair amount of movement, but that's goes without saying. So you see our time is slowly decreasing the closer we get to York. 'Let's sit out here for a bit, shall we? I'm not doing too much talking during this particular scenario because, to be perfectly honest, there isn't that much to talk about, so it's better to sit in silence than to just babble on over something that doesn't make too much sense. Another 225 step. Under 25 miles to go now before we hit York. One of the areas to look out for will be Colton Junction. One of the few junctions in the UK where a train can pass over at 125 miles an hour. I've only ever filmed there once. I must go back there. That's a fair amount of wobble. Boing. Let him head out with a lamppost. Got 66 up there, who looks like he's just coming off a signal check. There's an aggregates yard over there. Complete with excavator. No yard would be complete without one. Small little hamlet. Okay, we have under 20 miles to go before we hit York. That's the line that takes you off to Hull, the HST. Only ever been on that line once. Well, twice, if you want to be proper, going up to Hull and coming back. But in reality, I've only ever been on that line once. It makes sense in my mind, anyway. Okay, so we've got 16 miles to go and we've got 3 minutes to make up. Who have we got coming down here then? Looks like a 47. Coal is very prominent on this route. There's a bus and a car. As we get closer and closer to York, we have to keep an eye out for Colton Junction. Looks like another 158, a pair of them. About a triple load of 158s. Yeah, 11 miles to go. Making up good time. Another 2 minutes to do, and then we'll be home and dry. Another bus. Well, I think it was a van, that one. What have we got down here? A 225 set about to pass us, or a HST? 225 set. Eight miles to go before we get to York. And another bus, and another car, and another car. Because why not? Okay, we're coming up to Colson Junction. I've only ever filmed here once, and it was the footbridge just further down the line. Another EWS 66. 150. I filmed here last time. Great spot to film at. Just when it isn't windy. Okay, so we have 5 miles to go, so we're on our final run into York. Just keep an eye out for speed changes now. We have a minute and 25 seconds to make up, so we'll see what we can do. HST. Three miles to go. We're almost home. In fact, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll just shut that off completely. We're going to go in manual. Coming into quite a busy scene here at York with 2 more 225 sets waiting to go on their respective journeys. And we've got a pair of 158s awaiting as well. And there we go. Here we are at York. We've got 91017 alongside us. That'll be disappearing shortly. What I do need to do is nip in the back and just screenshot this. There we are. So it's 82231 is who we have on the rear. There you go, 91017 and her 82 are now heading off to London King's Cross. Trust me, the doors are open. It's not showing. In fact, I wouldn't be too surprised if they opened up on that side. No, they haven't. But that was a decent little journey. That nice and not too problematic. Came in what? Bizarrely, we ended up coming in 32 seconds late, which I find slightly bizarre. But there we go. So there we are. Scenario complete. That was that one. That was the York to Peterborough run non-stop gold performance. As you can see here, bizarrely, it reckons it's 126 in a 124 zone. So if you're going to do these scenarios, it's probably worth just remembering that. So next is going to be yeah, actually no, we won't. 5 circle or this. Yeah, tell you what, we'll do that. We won't do the 5 circle. We'll do one of these. We'll do a class 68 from Edinburgh to Glasgow, and then after that, we're going to be hitting the West Coast Mainline. We're going to be hitting the northern section. I'm not too worried about them for the time being. I may get back to them at some point, but I'm not too fussed for the moment. What we are going to be doing is in standard. Right, we're going to be taking... right, before I carry on as well, just want to say, that doesn't work. That doesn't work, because it can't load some rolling stock, even though I do have it installed. It's just playing up. But what I will be doing to start off with will be this. Glasgow to London Euston. We're actually starting from Polmardy Depot, heading into Glasgow, and then we're going to go down. We'll be doing that afterwards. We're then going to be doing one of these in basically ex-Virgin Trains liveried. Well, actually, we see here we're driving a 90012 with a failed Intercity Swallow 90009, the Economist. So that should be a good one to do. Then, don't think they work, do they? Not got a thing for I don't know. I have to think about that one. But we're also going to be doing the Sunday Madness in HST. We're going to be doing the Royal Scot in the Class 86. It does work, by the way. Just ignore that. Basically, we're going to be doing an awful lot on here, and we'll also then be doing an awful lot on the East Coast Mainline. But the next one is going to be Edinburgh to Glasgow with a Scotrail Class 68. That's what we will be doing next, and I am going to ensure that I have my teeth put back in so I can actually formulate a vaguely sensible sentence. So, thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. If you've enjoyed what you've seen today, then please do like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. I do get back to them as and when I get the opportunity to. I am going to go and do something to sort my voice out, because I seem to be having the mother of all mares, just even saying something incredibly simple, but there we are. So, until next time, I shall see you all later. Take care, guys. Goodbye.